guys, it's Bonnie coming to you from my home studio. We're trying to do 30 days of live, so I think we're about on day 6 or 7 right now. Tonight we're going to work on some wooden beaded garland, and I've got a geometrical letter to work on. I'm going to show you how to make tassels, lots of fun stuff. So I'm going to turn the camera down so you can see the craft area, and we'll get crafting. So let's get this down here. Okay, so for the wooden beaded garland, we got these beads from Amazon, whole pack of them. Forget what size we got, but they're pretty average size. They're not too little, they're not too big. I like this size. But the beaded garlands are really popular on tiered trays. So we're working on a tiered tray to do for Halloween themed. So I'm going to paint these for the Halloween theme. I've seen a dozen different ways to paint these. This is my first time painting them, so we're going to see how this goes. The supplies that we're going to use is our wooden beads, of course, a couple paper plates, our acrylic paint. Tonight we're going to do a purple, a yellow, purple and orange, and a black. So it looks very Halloweenish, those 3 colors together. So we're doing 7 beads in each color, because I don't need a whole lot. I just need a strand just to put on the tiered tray. We got some wooden skewers. We use these all the time in the studio for lots of different things. When we did our fairy things, these held up our flags. We use them for legs on tables when we do the dollhouse camp, but lots of different things. So I've got one for each color. And we've got paper towel. I've got paint brushes, and I've got a little bit of water, and I've got some string that we're going to put the beads on, and we're going to make the tassel with. I've already done one tassel, and it's on the string already, ready to go. So, but we're going to do another tassel on the other end. So we've got the string, the tassel. Let's put it aside, because we won't need it until later on. I'm going to paint these, then we're going to set them aside and let them dry, and while they're drying, I'll work on showing you how to make the tassel, and then we'll work on our geometric letter that I have here. This is one of our keychain kits. It's a geometrical letter, and you paint it however you want. They're super cute, and they've got a hole for a keychain to go on. We have keychain rings, but they're at the studio. And you can put this on your backpack, you can put it on your purse, you can actually put your keys on it so you can always find them in your purse. All different things you can do with it. So we'll paint that while the beads are drying, and then we'll go through and do the stringing of the beads and stuff. So let's get crafting. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my paper plate. I've seen many different ways on how to paint these beads and many different looks to get to them. One was putting them on these beforehand, like stringing them all on here, and then taking your paintbrush and painting them all. That to me seemed very tedious. I like fun crafting, so not tedious crafting. Another one I saw was they did the plate, and they put like a watered down stain version of it, and then they wiped them down afterwards. And I'm still like, I still want them more painty than I do stainy. So I'm going to do it another way I saw, which was basically they just took the paint, put it on the plate, and rolled the beads around on the plate to cover them. So, hey Lena! So we've got a paint in there. And then you just roll the beads around and flick them out of the paint when they get in the paint. I'm sure I'm going to end up with paint all over my fingers. But everyone knows crafting is messy. I'm not too sure how cool this actually is. But they're getting coated. I'm getting coated too. So I'm going to keep rolling them around in there. Probably got too much paint in there for what I needed. So then you take your skewer stick, and I'm going to just beat them on the stick. The reason I'm going to do this is because I don't want them to dry on this plate, because if they dry on this plate, they'll be stuck to the plate. So we're going to get them to dry on the skewer stick. Oh, that one needs some more coverage. Come on, cover it up good. There you go. Get the wood covered really good. we got all of our beads on here. I'm going to spread them out just a little. They look like they're covered really well. See how good they look covered? I'm rolling it so you can see all around it. I'm just going to set them over the plate to let them dry. Take my napkin and wipe my fingers off. I'm going to go to the next color. I already got them out on the plate. There's 7 beads. I'm doing 7 of each color. So I'm wondering if I put a little water with the paint, if that would make it a little more easy for the beads to go in there. So let's put a little purple in here. I'm going to take a little bit of water and just drip a little bit of water in it. Not a whole lot, just enough to... I'm going to put it on the plate. This is a little bit thinner than the orange was. So I'm going to roll the beads around in that. They still get stuck in it, but I think they have a little bit more movement than they do in the orange. So I probably should have thrown an apron on so I don't get it on my shirt. Let's see. Looks like I got some grapes going on here. But take another skewer, pick them up, and slide them on it. Spread them out some, stick them on the plate and let them dry. So I'm going to set them over there, let them dry. The orange ones are underneath one of my lamps, so they're drying pretty good. And they look like they get dried, I'll switch them out for them. So clean my hands off, clean my brush off. Since the water really didn't make that significant of a difference in the purple, I'm going to go with the black and just put it straight up, put it right in the middle, and have some fun with it. Ready? Roll them, roll them, roll them, roll them. Someone else told me another way to make them would be to take a little plastic bag, put your beads in the black bag, squirt the paint in it, and mix it up. And I thought, ugh. How would you ever get your beads out of that without being a whole mess of yourself? So we're just making sure they roll all around the black so they're totally covered. Got some olives here. Anybody need some olives? Pick my skewer, pick them up. Holes are harder to see on the black ones. This needs a little more paint on him. Spread them out a little. Set them on the plate so they can dry. Wipe my fingers off because, boy, I've got it all over me. Make sure it all washes off, and then, so it doesn't really matter on that part. It'll wash off. So I'm going to stick the black ones over there, let them dry. Rotate the orange ones some more so they get some more dryness going, but they're almost dry, actually. So, okay, so we'll let them dry. Let me set my paint out of the way. Next we're going to work on is the tassel. I've got some string here. This is like a hemp. It's in the craft department at Walmart. a couple bucks and you get a big thing of it. We've used this one forever and it's still got forever in it. We use these for our tie-up for our door hangers. Like the witch one, like we cut a piece, it's about yay long. You put it through both holes. Knot it in the back. And you got your string to hang it up with. So see, this witch's hat is ready to hang up. So, in case anyone hadn't realized, today's the last day of August, the last day to order this sunflower door hanger for only $10. Last day to order the sunflower interchangeable for only $4. Tomorrow we'll start the pumpkin, and I don't have a painted version of the pumpkin here. I do have an unpainted version. It's a super cute fat pumpkin. This is the interchangeable. It's 6 inches. It fits on almost every interchangeable. If your interchangeable sign takes a size smaller than this, let us know. We can cut them smaller. We have the machine that automatically cuts these. We can put it whatever size we want. So we have done this even as little as, where is the little one? This one's a 2.5 inch. So depending on the size of your interchangeable, whatever size you need, let us know. We can hook you up. So this is next month's design of the month. So it's going to be the pumpkin door hanger, which is the bigger one. And I think we've got a welcome option that goes across it too, which is additional. But it's $10 for the door hanger. Comes with 2 holes. Comes with 3 paint colors. I think it's a light orange, dark orange, and a brown. I think it's a brown. Yeah. Light orange, dark orange, and brown. So you get, you know, things like that. But you can, if you want other colors, you want to paint your pumpkin teal, we have teal paint. Just say, hey, I need to get this color paint instead. We work with you. Anyways. So, yeah, share for an entry into our raffle. We've got a raffle basket going on, this one. So it's got a bunch of stuff in it. So, anyways, hey, Timmy. Anyways, this will start tomorrow. It is $10 for the door hanger. It is $4 for the interchangeable. If you're needing them, we can also ship them off. It's not just we got to pick them up. We mail them off, or we can deliver if you're local. We can get them out to everybody. So let's work on our tassel. You see this tassel? This is when I made this one earlier. So it's just made out of the thing. It's a real simple little tassel made with the twine and it's attached to the string. So anyways, we are going to take and make that. Tassels can be easy, can be hard. You can make them out of pretty much any kind of a string. You can make them out of yarn. You can make them out of twine. You can make them out of any type of a string. So this is what I'm going to do. I've got one piece cut already. It's just cut, I don't know, a foot maybe. 10-12 inches. I'm going to take and use this as my wrapper. You can wrap it on anything that's got, you know, somewhat width, whatever. At least it's bigger than what you want your tassel to be. So I'm going to start it at the bottom. Put this string across the top is what I'm going to do. Because I'm going to wrap this string into it. Well, I don't have to. Make it easier on y'all. You start at the bottom and you wrap it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I wrapped it 15 times. Your wrapping would depend on how full you want your thing to be. So you take your other string and you want to put it under them all. I'm going to bring it up to the top here and I am going to knot it. Pull it tight because you want it to be a tight knot because it's holding all of those strings together. once we cut this off, we want to make sure they're all held together for us. So I like to, where it's here, maybe twist it a little to where I can get to an open spot to cut them. This is where you want to make sure you have some pretty good scissors and go in there and cut all of them. So, got them all cut. So, move this out of the way and set that aside because we don't need it anymore. So I have all my strings are connected with my string that I tied. So I pull this tie string up, and I'm going to take all these and pull them down. And kind of bend them in the middle to where they get a little, work them a little. So I'm going to take another string, not too long, maybe, I don't know, what, about 18 inches? 18 inches in length, I'd say. And I want you to watch this. I'm going to lay it down, make a loop. See where I got a loop? I'm going to make sure that this end, this piece here, is sticking out and down a little bit and make my loop. Then I'm going to take and wrap this around all of these and that string to the loop. It gets hard to start at first, but once you get it started, it's like, okay, we can do this. I think the hardest part is keeping these two out of it. So you want the wrap to be semi-tight. Wrap it as many times as you can. First time I did a wrap like this was in art class at high school when we were doing macrame. You take, when you got a piece that's not long enough to wrap all the way around to your back to your loop, take that piece and put it inside your loop. Okay? Once you put it inside it, I'm going to cut some of that off. I don't want it to be too terribly long, and you'll see why, because I'm going to take this loop. When I pull on that string on the bottom, it's going to pull that loop through all those, and it's going to, there it is, and it's going to take that piece and wrap it down into it. Watch this. See this piece I'm pulling? It's the bottom of the string of this loop. I got it tight, and then you keep pulling it, and it's going to pull it into the middle of all that wrapping, and it hides your ends. I wrapped it a little too tight, but it'll work. You want to try to keep it to where the loop in the inside part is kind of in the middle of it. You don't want to pull it all the way through to the end, because then you'll end up with the pieces down here. And this one loop piece, you can cut it off. And that's going to secure without having a knot. So your next thing is determine the length you want for your tassels. As you can see, this is quite long. I mean, it would work if you wanted a long tassel. I don't want as long of a tassel, but I do want it to be very close in size to this one, because they're going to be on each end of this. So I'm just going to lay this tassel down and figure out whereabouts I need to come with the scissors to cut this one, right about here. And then I'm going to give it a haircut, cutting it all. And you don't have to cut them all at once like this. If you want to take one by one and cut them all the length you want, that'll work too. Depends on how sharp your scissors are. If you have to take each one and cut them, not a big deal. So once we get finished beading our beads onto here, I'll tie this and I'll untie this, and I'll tie this onto the end of this, and you'll have tassels on both ends of it. And beads will all be in the middle. My orange looks like they're pretty good and dry. Look at them. There's a little couple wet spots in them, but they're getting there. I'm going to actually put on that same tray. Ooh, I got strings in there. That's garbage. Garbage. So let me set these aside, set the string aside. I'm actually going to put the purple in the light and the black ones in the light, so they can all be drying on the same tray. See, I've got them all on the same tray. It's going to be cute garland together. So let's let them dry some more. While they're drying, let's paint our arm. So I'm going to paint this R as just as a decoration. R is my last name. I'm going to paint it, and then I'm going to do a couple little outline and stuff. So we're going to do some different little things to it. I think I'm going to paint it some teal and red for our colors of our business, and then do the outline and then a black. So let me grab some teal. Put these other colors back. And some red. I'll need the black. Let me put the orange back up there. Paint I'm using is just acrylic paint, inexpensive paint that I can get at Walmart. It's what I use here at home. It is not what we use at the studio, but it's very close as far as consistency. It's just a lower quality than what we use at the studio. We do use apple barrel on some of this stuff, so don't get me wrong. It's not that it's good paint. It's very good paint. Works for a lot of stuff. So let's put some red in here. And let's put some teal in here. And let's get to painting. Where is, since these little geometrical designs, I don't know if you can see this, see the design? It's kind of small, so I'm going to use a fairly small paintbrush for it so I can paint the different colors in different colors. I'm trying to think of a third color because I really want 3 colors on this. Maybe some white. I think white would look good with this. Yeah, white will look good with it. Okay, so I'm going to start in the bottom corner with a red block. And I'm going to do this one white, teal, red, white, teal, Okay, that plans out my colors. That'll take some of the mental thought out of it for me. So, put these other 2 paintbrushes back in there. I can do all the red squares now. Spread all the red out. When we did these for our class, we did them for one of our glow night parties, and we did them in our neon glow colors, and they were just so amazing. They were bigger. They were 10 foot, and they were for them to hang on their walls. Tell them about the new interchangeable welcome sign. It's available on our website. Yes, we do. We have a really, really nice 18-inch planked welcome sign. You can have it as a plain welcome sign, or you can change it into an interchangeable sign, which is how I really like it. It's a kit, so it's something you can take home and paint. You order it on our site. It's all laser cut, so your edges are all nicely finished. It comes with, you can get it either plain with the planks and the welcome, and welcome on it, or you can get planks, welcome, and one interchangeable, or you can get planks, welcome, and a set of 6 basic interchangeable. That covers on pretty much the main seasons and holidays of the year. I'm not exactly sure, well, I'm sure, but I'm not exactly, if I can recall, what all of them were. There was a heart, a pumpkin, a Christmas tree, Jenny, what else is included with the interchangeables of the set of 6? Do you recall what they were? I know you've got a picture of them, and it's on our website too as well, so you can always default to look at the website and see what it says. But it's a really cool design. It's something you can hang up inside your house on a wall, or you can hang up on your front door, or you can hang up on your cubicle at work. It's very farmhousey. You can paint the planks any color you want. We painted our sample white because we wanted everything to go with it. So we did the white and black, the farmhouse white and black. And all the pieces are different colors to go on it. It is a take-home kit. However, if you decide you want to paint it at the studio, you're more than welcome to come into any of our open paints and paint it. The kit does not come with paint colors. So you would have to get your own paint colors. You can either pick up paint at Walmart or pick up paint at the studio. We have a paint set, which includes colors and brushes and all the stuff you would need to paint with that you could purchase, or you can purchase individual colors based on what you want. So it would be your choice to choose it how you want. Just realized these dots may be a little thick, and I may have goofed up by letting them dry a little too much. Let me get them all smeared out some. Let me get a brush to get these teal ones smoothed out some too, so I don't end up with the big gobs on top of them. feel like it's quiet tonight. A pumpkin, a tree, a heart, a clover, a star, and a watermelon. I didn't know there was a star. I don't think it's a star. Yes, this one is our backpack keychain set. It's this size comes, but it also comes with another one that's about this long, about this wide, that has the name engraved on it. So it's really cute. I know some people are really against putting the names on their backpacks, but this is a way to put just an initial even on it so it can personalize your backpack and you know it's yours. You don't have to put the name part on there if you're one of those ones who's afraid of having their kid's name on their backpack. Oh, the beads are almost dry. Hindsight's 2020. I probably should have painted a set of them earlier so they would be dry by now so we could just go straight into beading them and stuff, but so this week, some of the activities we have is we have Wind Down Wednesday on Wednesday. We do have our happy hour painting from 3 to 5. Kits are buy 2, get 1. So our kits now are just the wood and wood and stencil, no paints. You have to buy a paint kit to go with them, or you can paint them in-house. If you want to take them home, you have to buy the paint kit. Or if you have paint at home, you can use it. We use simple acrylic paints on all of it. But our buy 2, get 1 free extends to our mini size kits, which are, most of y'all know them as the kids size, for our 9x9 size wood signs, as well as our under 12 door hangers, which are cutouts, like the witch's hat. Hey, Linda. Make sure y'all share this video. We're trying to boost our visualization on the page. And Facebook's algorithm has got it to where hardly anyone sees things on your page. We've got like 6,000 people on our page, and we'll be lucky if we get like 20 views on a post. So we're trying to increase our algorithm views. And one way they say that is to go live for 30 days. So we are doing this thing with going live. Tomorrow, we discussed it. What are we doing tomorrow? It's during the daytime. We're going to be painting. Jennifer, what are we painting tomorrow? What are we crafting tomorrow? Do you remember what we were doing tomorrow? I know you said we were going to do it at the studio. We're in the process of building us a overhead mount for our phone so we can videotape painting to where you're looking straight on, like you'd be seeing right here, and you'd be seeing every stroke that I'm doing. That's one of my goals this week, is to get that built and get a table set up to where we could videotape, our video table at the studio. It'll be set at the table, and that's what we'll do that table all the time is videotape on it. So, okay, got all the inside pieces all colored. Next thing I'm going to do is paint the black outlining of it all. All these little things. It looks like almost like a stained glass window is what it always reminds me of. Yeah, the keychain size is this size. If you're looking for the wall size would be a back piece that's solid with no lines, and then it's got a piece cut out with all the lines that go right on top of it. Super cool, super easy to paint. If you look on our page, you'll see one of our glow-in-the-dark nights where we painted them in glow-in-the-dark colors. It was super nice. The kids enjoyed it tremendously. We got another kids' night going on Friday night. And then the next Friday night is our teen paint night. So we're opening our studio up and doing a glow-in-the-dark for teens, and we are working on the project. I think everybody's going to absolutely love it. It will be something that'll be the first time we're doing it. We don't offer it during open paints. It's something only going to be offered at something like an event like Teen Night. So Jenny, what are we recording tomorrow? What are we doing live tomorrow? I'm painting some orders. Okay, that's what she's doing. We've got a couple orders that she wants to paint. In case anyone didn't know, not only are we a DIY workshop where you can come in to paint, we're also we paint wood signs for people specifically, so you can order your sign already painted, and all you gotta do is pick it up. Some people are fearful of painting, and we understand that. We try to make it as easy as can be so almost everybody could paint, but we get some real estate agents and some out-of-town people, and they can't just make it into the workshop. So we're going to be painting some of their orders that we've got. I think we've got a patio sign. I think we've got a fall sign, one of the pumpkin fall signs on order. We got a couple laser door hangers that we've been selling, and they have been going like crazy. One of them is called the Crazy Dog Door Hanger. It's got a cute little saying in there about not to knock because you have crazy dogs, and they will bark, you will yell, it'll get real. Tell them to text you if they know you. So it's been very, very popular, as well as our e-learning sign. If anyone's e-learning with their kids, it's a great sign to put on your door during the daytime so they don't get disturbed by people coming up to the doors. You know, whenever you're holding your class time, your e-learning time, you just hang it on the door and we've worked on a couple other signs that say about being on a Zoom meeting. And another one about being in a virtual class. So telling people to be quiet when they come, because, you know, no matter what, when you're recording, somebody will always come in and be like, hey, what are you doing? And you're just like, I'm busy. Can you not see? I am recording. I'm going to make me one to go on my studio door here, because this way my other half will know when I am busy recording and he won't come barging in. I keep saying one of these times he's going to come in his boxers and everything, and y'all are going to be like, oh my gosh. I do let him know when I am recording, but he tends to forget these things. I come to this craft room quite a bit in the evening time just to do whatever, whether I'm working on designs, setting up some flyers, cutting out decal orders. So he knows I'm in here for lots of other reasons. And sometimes after I get off the live, I forget to tell him that I'm done with my live. So he thinks I'm still in here chatting with all of you guys. He's not very technological, but he understands that I'm doing work, is all he says. You gotta go do some work? Yep, gotta go do some work. He's in there watching TV. So make sure you're sharing this video. Sharing is caring. If you like to call it sprinkle, some people call it sprinkle because they say your video doesn't get as high of an algorithm if you say the word shared. I'm not too sure about that, but I don't think there's anyone over Facebook listening to everybody's video to say, oh, she just said shared, lower the algorithm. So if you want to share it, share it. If you want to sprinkle it, sprinkle it. Whatever you want to call it, just do it. Get it out there to your people. Anyone that you know that you think might like our crafts, share our page with them. Let them know to come like us. We have almost 7,000 people on our page, so we try to do giveaways when we hit those big numbers. We are on Instagram. We are on Facebook. We are on TikTok. TikTok is our new platform. So if you are on TikTok, please go like us. We need more TikTok viewers. We're trying to get to that magic 1,000 so we can go live on TikTok. TikTok is becoming a crafter's haven for videos. So I think I got them all. Okay. What do y'all think? How's that look? I'm going to put a hole up here to put the little keychain on. I think that's quite colorful. I think 3 colors work real well for this type of a design. So, let me set it aside, let it dry. Throw the paint back over here. I do got to get my background a little more in shape because it's got too much hair stuff. I need it to be all my craft stuff in there. I'm working on it. I got to clean the closet out and put it all over there. So, our beads. See how our beads are doing. Look at them. Don't they look pretty? I think they're pretty much dry. That's got a couple wet spots, but we'll work around them. If I get it on my fingers, I'll be okay. So, let me clean out my brush here. I don't like leaving brushes sitting in water. If you leave brushes sit in water, they tend to make the ends get a little frayed looking. As it is, you have to replace the brushes periodically just because they get frayed from use. So, let me throw those plates on top of each other. I am going to take my one that I have a tassel on it. Now this end will sometimes get a little frayed. Hopefully it won't get too terribly frayed because I don't have any tape in here with me. But usually you take tape, you can take tape and wrap around it, and that's going to make it a little more. So I'm going to take an orange. Now these first few get a little tricky because you got 2 strings down here at the bottom. So I'm going to try to see if I can get that second string at least in the first bead. If I can get it all the way through the first bead, then at least I can cut it off and I know it's secured. But it's not wanting to go in all the way. this hemp cord gets thick in spots, and it's got a thick spot right there. So we're just gonna have to wait and cut it off. So we got orange, purple, black, So for those of you that are watching, tell me if you think we should offer these little beaded strands at the studio already painted up, or if we should offer them where people can come pick them up as a kit to take them home, or if we should allow them to do them in the workshops. The next black one is really wet still, so I'm going to pull it off and put it on the end here so it has more dry time. That one's wet too. Last one here. So it's not a very long strand. I just did a small strand because we're just going to go sitting on a tiered tray. So let me trim this piece here. So now we have your other tassel to go on the other end. Super simple, you just tie it in a knot on it, but it gets kind of complicated because you're kind of working with being up close to it. So skewers, just so you know, we can see I got a purple skewer, orange skewer, and black skewer. I'm going to save these because the next time I do beads in either of those colors, I can use these skewers. So if I have skewers for each of the colors, I can make beads of all different colors all year round. So this one's the Halloween one. I'm sure I'll do a Thanksgiving one. So let me move the knot that I've got around this down out of the way. See, I pulled it over to the side so I can tie this knot to the top of this. So I'm tying it fairly tight, 2 knots, so I know it's good and secured. I'm going to take the first string undo it and untie it because I don't need it on there anymore. It was just holding them all together until I can get it on here. And then I'm going to take this string and trim it fairly close because I've got it tied off. And there we go. That will be on the tier tray. I'll probably put some other witchy stuff with it. I got a witch's hat that I can stick with it. We've got a few other little signs that are like hocus pocus signs and stuff, so this will all go in it together. I'll keep the same color theme going throughout the entire thing. And once we get the tiered tray up, we'll post it on our page so everyone can see it. So if you've shared our video, make sure you comment that you shared it. Hopefully everybody that's watching it has shared it. Our idea is to get more people on here watching craft, seeing how easy it is to paint. We don't expect everyone to be crafty. That's what I like to say, is that we give you our craftiness. We bring the crafty out of you. Be cute to even do a smaller one of these and hook it onto that even. So that could even work. I could tie that right to there and it'd be good to go. Watch. See if I got a string out here long enough. Watch. Take the string, put it through the hole on it. And I could tie it right around there and it'd be right attached to it. It's a little bigger than what I'd like. Maybe one of the littler ones. Maybe I could take one of the, what did I do with my tiny one? Take the tiny one and cut a hole on it and stick it on one end and do a tassel on the other end. And that would be kind of a cute Halloween theme to it. So we got this done tonight. We got this done tonight. Tomorrow night we're going to be doing during the middle of the day. We're going to go live while we're at the studio. We are open at the studio from 11 to 6, Tuesday through Friday. We are open on Saturdays. I think Saturdays 11 to 3. Check our schedule online. Our online will show any events where you can go in and register. Everything is being done on a pre-registered basis. So, is Wes watching us? Huh. Anyways, everything's being done on a pre-registered basis. And that's just because of the COVID. We like to make sure and control how many people we've got in there. But we do have the open paint where you can walk in and paint. However, it is limited only to a few people at a time. So I wouldn't want it to be a situation where you're really planning on coming out and then you get there and there's already 6-8 people in the studio. We have 2 to 3 tables that we're using for painting. And we try to group all of you together that come in together. So if 4 of y'all walk in together, or if you walk in and tell me, oh, I'm meeting Sally. When Sally gets here, Sally will be sitting with you. And then when the next group, when they come in, we'll set them at the other table. So we don't intermingle the 2 tables with people that don't know each other at all. We like to keep it people that know each other, just in case there is a situation of a virus exposure to someone, that they can at least say, oh, so-and-so, and I know so-and-so, and that's who I sat with at this, and they know who they were with the entire time. So that's just where we're doing it, to try to keep it on the even keel with it all. So that's it. We will see you tomorrow. I'm not sure exactly what time, but sometime tomorrow between 11 to 6. Make sure you click that you want to get alerts so when we go live, and it will give you an alert for me or for Jennifer saying we've gone live. I think it says Two Sisters DIY has gone live. So we will see you then. That's all for tonight. Night, everyone.